So I think in the new year, the best thing to recommend is just to be observant. Subscriptions are a thing. I have teenagers and they love a subscription. So those get really expensive when they start stacking up.
Hey, this is Shay.
And this is Carrie,
Welcome to the Pocket Change Podcast.
where you'll learn better ways to spend, save, and invest and take control of your financial journey.
Happy New Year! And happy birthday.
Happy third birthday to the podcast.
That's right.
But do you know what I see? No cake. There's no birthday cake to celebrate.
Get on there and order something right now.
I need my
Ooh,
phone so I can order me a nothing but cake.
That would be good. Well, we're celebrating the new year, celebrating third year of the podcast, having a familiar guest on
That's right.
this episode.
I'm excited to talk to our guest today to kind of learn about what's coming up for leaders this year.
Yeah, and some practical advice for if you have kids in the home or if you just need to take that first step on your financial journey in the new year. Think about your resolutions. We got that too.
That's right. We're excited to welcome our guest, Chief Operations Officer Karen Freeman here at Leaders. Welcome to Pocket Change, Karen.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what all you do here at Leaders?
Absolutely. So first, a little bit about myself. I am married, been married for 23 years, and I have two teenage children, a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, that are spectacular. So love them very much. From my career standpoint, that I have been in banking my entire life. So my role is Chief Operations Officer. At Leaders, we define that in a few ways. So if you walk into any facility at Leaders, it's guaranteed that one of my team members is helping with that engagement. So that includes facilities. So our team is responsible for all physical locations here at Leaders, both new builds and existing, to make sure that you're truly experiencing that Leaders brand experience when you walk into a facility. All retail. So my team members are the first, those frontline team members that you meet, that you engage with, whether that's across a teller line, in a drive-through, or a desk, and our contact center as well. So if you call in, our team is responsible for really helping you through that digital experience over the phone or online. And then finally, HR and training. So that team is spectacular. They are the ones who really onboard our financial champions and then also train and coach them going forward.
And how long have you been at Leaders now?
So 9 years this month.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
January is the starting point.
January, 9 years.
Wow.
And so you've been in banking a long time outside of Leaders. Leaders 9 years. So what all did you do before that, and what brought you here?
Yeah. So banking's been my lifelong career. I started that, I think, a year out of college. I've had the opportunity to work for 5 different financial institutions. Leaders, hopefully, is the last one in that run. I absolutely love credit unions. Prior to that, I came from community banking and commercial banking. So different experience, different exposure, but love Leaders and love being here.
What makes you passionate about that?
I'll have to say what I love most about working for a credit union is people helping people, right? When you think about that and what that means, it's easy to understand that this is my mission field. So whether that's helping members, helping employees get to what they need and how I can help is where my passion is. And I think it's a really cool industry to be in. I mean, we have new technology coming out all the time in banking, ways to make it more convenient, more kind of out of sight, out of mind, and making sure that it's easy to do. So it makes it exciting field to be in.
Is there any technology that's giving people extra money?
That would be great.
That's
what if you work on that one? Okay.
2026 goal. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
No, that's,
I was going to
that's
say
our
me?
goal.
No, you.
While you're working on that, I'll be working on something else. So speaking of the new year, most of us, kind of have new money goals. It's a new year. It's a fresh start. So do you have any advice for us on ways to save money or be smart with your money this year?
Yeah, so I think oftentimes when we start a new year, what ends up happening is we go in too hard, too fast, right? We're going to do it all differently, and we're going to do it all new, and I'm never going to eat out again, and all of those things. And so I think, and that's not sustainable in any way, shape, or form, no matter what you're trying to accomplish. So I think in the new year, the first thing or the best thing to recommend is just to be observant. We've come out of a holiday season. We've spent money on loved ones, we've donated money, things were probably a little different than the norm. And so now we have a new year and you just need to be observant and watch it. So how often am I going out? What am I spending money on that I may not even realize is back there that's a subscription, for example? And then take some time to see what we can do to modify it. I always say change one thing, not all things.
That's great
And
advice.
then once you get through some time of getting used to that change, then try a second one because that's sustainable. Same thing comes with weight loss or food choices, etc. So same thing comes with banking. Just be observant.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing you're thinking about and personally watching for 2026, what is that related to your finances?
Oh, gosh. Well, so I have one child in college right now. She's a sophomore at UT. I have another one right behind her. He's a junior at USJ at the moment. And so college is
Big
the
college
college
expenses.
expenses, right? So oftentimes when I first started thinking about college expenses, I thought about tuition and rooms and food. Now I realize how expensive all the other things are outside of tuition. So our family is really focused on how we make sure that we are saving for those expenses and preparing for the next child down the line to do the same thing. And then, just the annoying things. Like subscriptions are a thing. I have teenagers and they love a subscription. So does my husband. And so those get really expensive when they start stacking up. So those are the things that I'm trying to be observant about in 2026. What do we really need?
And if you need vol tickets, you got to plan ahead for
Oh,
those to
my
go to a game.
stars. Yeah,
So
that's an investment in and of itself.
we need just a football game savings account.
That's
Start
exactly
that in
right.
2026.
And not just the tickets, but the hotel rooms.
That's
Those are
right. That's
expensive.
true.
So, but it's a fun thing to do.
So what are some top financial challenges that our members are facing, and what encouragement would you give them for this year?
I think it's probably the same for all of us, right? We want to do what's best for our family. We know what's coming in and we know those expenses and how we manage those. And so I think everyone's pretty much in the same boat, no matter where you are in your financial journey, is doing the best thing we can for our members and for our families. So that might mean, focusing on that savings side of things. Maybe you've gotten that under control, and maybe it's now working on that credit. So for us, I think the main thing that we're all dealing with is what do we do best for our family? And I think that's what Leaders does really well. Here at Leaders, all of our employees are financial champions. The lion's share of our employees are financial counselors. And so I feel like that is a great opportunity for us to plug in and help them do what's best for their families.
Yeah, I think a big topic on several episodes has been just meeting members where they are. And so whatever that looks like, trying to help them on their financial journey. You talked a little bit about, credit is a big deal to a lot of people and something they're thinking about in the new year. So what are some practical tips for someone wanting to establish credit?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had an opportunity not long ago to go sit down with my daughter's closest 400 friends in her sorority and talk about this, because I think oftentimes we need credit. By the time we need it, we have already passed an opportunity to have started it. So I think it really goes back to when it talks about credit is start thinking about it and how you're going to establish it before you really need it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best way to do that is either do a secured credit card. So put up money that is your own and start making payments to that to build that credit and get that practice of using credit. And I think the other way is to go get a store card. Go to your, Macy's or Dillard's, wherever you shop on a regular basis, get a credit card, establish that credit, buy something paid off, and get used to using it. I think what I told the girls in my daughter's sorority is like, if you're not going to spend cash on it, don't put it on credit. If you don't have the cash for it, don't put it on credit. But get used to using it and paying that off every month so that you can build up that credit score so that when you do need credit, it's already established.
That's great advice. Well, speaking of your daughter being in college,
Yes.
what financial advice would you give her and her friends in their young adult life?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the hardest part about that transition in life is learning to be an adult, right? That's what that's all about. You're practicing living on your own. You're doing a little bit at a time. And so I think the two things I would tell them is kind of things we've already talked about. Number one is to be observant. How am I spending my money? It's really easy at that age to spend money because
you don't want to know. You don't want to look at it.
I mean, everyone's spending money at that page. What they're spending money on is tempting. So I think number one, paying attention, being observant, and then number two, go ahead and start establishing that credit. So go ahead and do it. You're going to go get your nails done. You're going to go buy that shirt at your favorite store. So go ahead and do that and make sure that you have the money in the bank to then pay it off so that you get it started. It's interesting when I talked to them about it, that was something they never thought of before. So I think it's baby steps.
Yeah, and I think you got to stress, just like you said, paying it off, because the store card, a lot of credit cards have higher rates, but especially those smaller dollar and store cards have pretty big interest rates. So you don't want to get caught in that. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And it's easy to get caught, to your point. I mean, it can absolutely destroy your credit early in life if you just let that sit. And I think, to your point, making sure that you're paying attention and paying it quickly.
Not only do you have to pay it off in the month, but you have to pay it back.
You do. It's not free money.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't just give it to you in a free T-shirt and say, there you go. Yeah.
That's right. I think the advice of don't put it on the card unless you actually already have the money for it is great. You have to be disciplined to know that this money is allotted for paying on that card.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not girl math.
That's my favorite phrase of the day. It's not girl math.
That's right. It's not free.
So you've worked in traditional banks, you've worked in credit unions. So what makes a credit union different, and why should people choose to bank with a credit union?
I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about credit unions, that it's an exclusive club and you got to really have a certain connection in order to join. And I don't necessarily think that's the case anymore. I think that oftentimes in the banking world, there is a split loyalty. So maybe in the community bank side or the commercial bank side, there's customers and shareholders. And so you have you might have more fees associated with that, more expensive things on that side. At credit unions, they're one and the same. So it makes for lower cost solutions. It also makes for higher interest rates because it's an opportunity for owners to get back the revenue the credit union is generating. But I just think culture-wise, whenever the crux of a culture is people helping people, then it tells a lot about what you're going to encounter. And we're really member focused on that individual and what they need in their financial journey. So it's a great place to do banking.
Yes. So it's now 2026.
Yes.
So we're going to look ahead into this year. So what are you most excited about for leaders this year?
Oh, yeah. So I'm glad you asked that question. 2025 was a year of technology upgrades. We spent a lot of time with that, making sure we had the infrastructure and strength to continue to grow and serve our members. In 2026, the thing I'm most looking forward to this year is really how we're bringing the credit union to our members. We've done that digitally. We've done the technology upgrade in 2025. In 2026, it's a year of facilities. So it's an opportunity for new buildings to pop up in new locations. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
So does that mean a new branch in 2026?
Stay tuned. Okay. Stay tuned. Definitely opportunities for some groundbreakings.
So we'll have some groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Moving dirt.
Moving some dirt, finally. Okay. We're excited about it.
All right. So one question we like to ask all of our guests is, what is some of the best financial advice you've ever been given?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think really it goes back to starting early. I remember my dad setting me down and making sure I opened that Roth IRA when I didn't even know what a Roth IRA was. And so I think starting early, whether that's saving, credit, just money management and knowing the tools to use is a big deal. And then just getting comfortable with managing money and budgeting, right? So I think it's hard to get started because it feels like it's hard to get a kind of a wrangle on it. But once you do, I think that gives you some peace of mind to kind of really start doing more with your money and investing.
Okay, so before we wrap up, we always ask our guests, if you had any change in your pocket, what would you spend it on?
Gosh, so I have lots of hobbies and I enjoy them, but right now, probably the thing that I am most interested in and I love receiving is anything pop-up. So like right now there are these beautiful pop-up cards that are out there and I'm obsessed with them. And so because they are so creatively done. So I would probably save my pennies and my coins for that.
Okay, that's
so
a good one.
Pop-up card. Can you save pocket change for a pop-up card?
I would. Pocket change for a pop-up card. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Karen, for joining us today.
Great to be here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in to the Pocket Change Podcast.
Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe and check out our full episodes on YouTube.
The Pocket Change Podcast is brought to you by Leaders Credit Union,
where we power your passion and make lives better.
Cha-ching! How do these things go? I forget.
They're for children.
Is that what's supposed to be?
They're for children, not
around
adult.
my hair like this?
sound on them. Leaders is federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Learn more at leaderscu.com.